Sudden loss in Paris. South African ambassador Nathi Mthethwa dies, investigation underway. In the early hours of September 30, 2025, tragedy struck. Emmanuel Nkosinathi Nathi Mthethwa, South Africa's ambassador in France, was found dead at the foot of a luxury hotel in Paris. Authorities in Paris have opened an investigation into the circumstances of his death. While initial reports suggest a fall, possibly from the 22nd floor of the Hyatt Hotel, many questions remain unanswered. Mthethwa, aged 58, had been serving as South Africa's ambassador to France since February 2024. He was also South Africa's permanent delegate to UNESCO. Before his diplomatic role, he had a long career in the South African government, holding key ministerial portfolios including Minister of Police and Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture. Mthethwa was appointed Minister of Arts and Culture in May 2014. After the 2019 elections under President Cyril Ramaphosa, his portfolio was expanded. He became Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, i.e. combining the Arts and Culture Department with Sports and Recreation. Thus he oversaw policy, funding and programs in three main fields: sport, arts and culture, including heritage. His job involved not only preserving and promoting culture, but also ensuring the sports sector functioned, resources were properly allocated, and the creative economy was supported. His appointment as ambassador was seen as both a recognition and a transition away from domestic politics. The circumstances, what we know so far. Reports indicate that Mthethwa was reported missing the evening before his body was found. His wife received a troubling message from him, in which he apologized and expressed an intention to take his life. The body was discovered in an inner courtyard of the Hyatt Hotel in western Paris, following what appears to have been a fall. The room was on the 22nd floor, and investigators say a safety mechanism on a window had been tampered with. No signs of struggle or traces of illegal drugs or medication have been reported thus far. The French prosecutor's office has indicated that, while a deliberate act is being considered, they are not discounting alternate explanations. These initial findings raise more questions than they answer. Was this a suicide, an accident, or something more sinister? The available facts do not yet allow a firm conclusion. South Africa's response: condolences and calls for clarity. President Cyril Ramaphosa expressed deep sorrow and offered condolences to Mthethwa's family, calling the passing untimely and a moment of national grief. South Africa's response: condolences and calls for clarity. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation declined to comment on the investigative details, stating only that French authorities are leading the inquiry. Meanwhile, within political circles and the public, there is growing demand for full transparency, especially given Mthethwa's controversial past and recent scrutiny. A controversial legacy. Mthethwa's political journey was far from unblemished. He was a prominent figure in the ANC and had been linked, through parliamentary inquiries and media scrutiny, to alleged interference in investigations tied to political assassinations. Most recently, at the Madlanga Commission, South Africa's inquiry into corruption and state capture, Mthethwa was named in testimony by the KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, Nhlanhla Mkhwanatsi, who accused him of interfering with investigations during his tenure as police minister. That he also carried the weight of association with the 2012 Marikana massacre, an event that remains a painful scar in South Africa's recent history. His elevation to a diplomatic post was seen by some as a graceful exit from the political frontline, by others as a strategic repositioning. Now his death in Paris adds a tragic and mysterious coda to a storied, controversial career. The questions that remain. What exactly caused the window mechanism to fail or be tampered with? Why was Mthethwa in a state, based on that message to his wife, of apparent distress? Were there motives or actors, political or otherwise, that could benefit from his silence? Will the French investigation be fully transparent? And will South Africa demand accountability? One thing is clear. In a world where power, scandal and secrecy often collide, the full truth deserves to see the light. He was married to Phyllis Buthelezi. They married on February 16, 2013 in Franschhoek, Western Cape. Phyllis Buthelezi is a businesswoman. She served as the Chief Executive Officer (CEO) of the National Empowerment Fund, NEF. She has also held other roles, non-executive director positions, involvement with boards. Nathi Mthethwa and Phyllis Buthelezi have 3 children together. Zola Mthethwa, born April 16, 1990. Jacob Mthethwa, born November 5, 1994. Nanjabulo Mthethwa, born May 14, 1999.